Here we go. Hello, everybody. I'm just so happy that I can come on here and share my favorite movies that I've watched on Prime Video recently, specifically dive into women-led films. As a woman in film, I resonate with those stories. Written by women, starring women, produced by women, directed by women. I know how annoying it is whenever you want to watch something and you're scrolling, you're doom scrolling, trying to find the perfect film. I know how frustrating it is. So stop your scrolling, because me and Prime Video got you.
My brain is on prime time all the time. It's on Prime.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Of course, I'm not just gonna sit on this couch and just yap about movies just by myself, because who wants that? We both have different styles of films that we prefer, so it's gonna be interesting seeing our different takes. Without further ado, welcome to the couch, Molly! Hey!
Intro.
The mic, babe. Okay, this is Molly.
Hi.
Molly is also a woman in film. Snaps?
Yeah.
So you want to talk about what you do in film?
I do behind the scenes of films. I work as a CSR at a film studio, so we go to sets, we make sure that our gear is okay, we rent out gear to Canadian TV shows and Canadian movies. So yeah, so I just do like the CSR, I do kind of like behind the scenes of it, which is pretty cool.
We do have different styles of movies that
Very different styles.
I love like the more slowed down, the being able to see like the presence in actors and the breath, letting movies just kind of be art. What kind of movies would you say that you like?
I go for more the comedy, the action, sometimes like the cheesy movies. I'm just like, oh, I love that. I go for horror. I do look at all of like the things that you look at in a movie. Like I understand it, I get it. But I kind of just watch a movie for the thrill of myself.
Like uplifting and fun, and like it really gets you going.
Yeah.
Did you see The Idea of You with Anne Hathaway?
Oh, yeah. Isn't there a book?
Yes, it's based
okay,
on a book.
I read the book first. Obviously, like, as everyone always says, like, oh, the book is so much better than the movie. For this one, I think I liked the movie more than the book.
Hot take.
The movie just drew me in so much more than the book did.
I loved it.
I'm a very, like, we're both romantic.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was just, like, eating that.
Me too.
I was eating it up.
Me too. I love the dynamic between
Yes.
the two. Also, whoever did wardrobe on that movie, oh my gosh, it was incredible. Their chemistry
And there was
together.
like an age difference, right? Like
There
that was
is.
the, yeah, okay.
I also love the trope. I always try to like find things like this where it's like a famous person.
Yes.
And I love that trope. So something that's more along my favorite kind of films is Past Lives. Have you seen Past Lives?
I have not.
It's about to change your life.
Yes, I know. I have to watch it.
Celine Song is the director of it, and she is Canadian. Past Lives, truly, I watched it for the first time, and I've watched it maybe 3 times since. It's one of my favorite movies out there. I love the pacing of Past Lives. I love how human it is. So if you're more into like artsy, human movies that make you feel something, oh my gosh, there's an ending scene where she says goodbye to her past love, I'd say. It's her, and then it has 2 different kinds of love. It has a childhood love that kind of follows her throughout her life.
Got that from watching the trailer.
But she finds this other love that's so beautiful, and
Okay.
they have this one bedroom scene where they're sleeping and they're just openly communicating, and I also love how it's written. It's so human. And you know, as a woman in film, seeing a Canadian director get her flowers, oh my gosh, you deserve everything, Celine Song. You are incredible. I want to work with you one day. Have you watched Fleabag?
Yes, I have.
It'll pass.
Honestly, it's one of my favorite shows. Yeah, there's 2 scenes that just resonate, and I think everyone knows.
Which one?
It's the 2 famous scenes. It's the one where he asks her, like, oh, so what do you do? In our generation, I feel like men don't really ask questions, and if they do, it's the wrong questions. For an audience, especially me and I guess you, because we're kind of similar, for an audience to see a man actually ask a genuine question of like, what do you do? How are you today? Blew my mind. I was even shocked as she was. Like, I felt like everyone watching that scene was as shocked as the character was. Same.
And I think the reason that it resonates with us so much is because it was written by a female.
Yes.
Like it's from the perspective of a woman being like, I wish this is what people would
exactly,
like, you know?
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes in Fleabag is the "It'll pass" scene.
Oh my gosh. I was hoping you would say that.
Oh my gosh, where they just like, they leave it out like, I love you. It'll pass. Again, writing, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I have rewatched, and you can rewatch season 2 in a day. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's
you
a pretty quick show.
You can binge it. I also remember in acting school, they stressed so much about creating your own work and writing things for you and your friends. She's been a real big inspiration. She wrote it. She starred it. Like, she really did run Fleabag, and look at the success. Look at the success of Fleabag.
And she's also a comedic woman.
Yes.
Like, all of these female comedics just resonate to me so much because I'm like, yeah, like, we are funny. Like, we're not annoying. We're not crazy. We're not, like, we are funny.
Yeah. Speaking of funny, I just recently watched You're Cordially Invited on Prime, and it just came out.
It did. Oh my gosh.
With Reese Witherspoon.
And Will Ferrell, yeah.
Yes.
Reese Witherspoon killed it.
She's, okay, first of all, she created her own production company called Hello Sunshine.
Yeah.
And I've just been watching the trajectory of her career, and Reese Witherspoon, you are the kind of woman that I want to be, dude. Like, the fact that you can create your own production company. Oh, and also Hello Sunshine mixes books and adapts them into movies because she's also a really big reader.
Reese's book club.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she adapts books into movies, and their chemistry, Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon, so good. If you're more into like the funny comedy, quick paced, such good banter, like it was so good. The entire time I was watching it, I was just thinking like, yeah, you would love it. Like
and it's not one of those type of movies that gets you like like that laugh. Like, it genuinely gives you a belly laugh and a good chuckle.
It's funny.
Yeah.
What other ones do we have? Oh, I'm itching to talk about this one. When it came out on Prime, I watched it probably the second day. My Old Ass.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. If you haven't watched My Old Ass, where have you been? Okay, it's, again, shout out my Canadian women. I want to give Canadian women flowers. Megan Park wrote it and directed it. She's a Canadian actress and obviously writer-director. It was also shot in Muskoka. It was kind of a mix of what I like and what you like. Like, it's...
Yeah, because it had the comedy, it had the drama, but it also had like the art to it.
Yeah.
And it was just... What a concept of a movie.
Oh, if you could go back in time, be able to see your younger self and tell your younger self something, what would you say?
Man... Oh, you're putting me on the spot. I think I would just say, maybe I would just like lie to her and say like, oh yeah, your life is great. And just have that in her mindset. And then she's like, okay, my life's great in the future. And then be like, I'm going to have a great life in the future. So she just lives her life as she wants. Like she does whatever she wants. She keeps going, even though like, yeah, I don't know.
So kind of like what Aubrey Plaza did a little bit in My Old
Yeah,
Ass,
like she lied a bit. Yeah. So
to protect.
Exactly. To protect them. Like you don't want to, what if something bad happens? You don't want to tell your 6-year-old self that, right?
Yeah,
you want to actually let them live their lives, let them grow up, be a kid, be a teenager, go through all the heartbreaks, whatever, because I don't want to change any of that. Like you have to go through that during life.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then it's kind of like, what am I doing here? You know, like...
I honestly would tell her that she's going to become an actress because I didn't know that acting was my path and my career until later in life. And I really wish, like, I had that in me. I knew that I loved acting and I knew that I was going to be an actor, but I didn't think that I could make it into a career and be and find success in any way that means. But I wish I could tell my younger self, like, take acting classes from the beginning because I didn't know anybody in the industry. I really just had myself. So I wish I could tell her, like, you are born to do this.
I want to be a zookeeper.
Ooh!
That ain't happening now.
And now we're in film. Well, being in film is kind of like a zookeeper.
Actually, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Wait. Did you... That's so funny.
Wow.
You have all these animals just running around crazy.
It's pretty much that. Now we're switching into the game segment. So we're going to start with Would You Rather?
The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Ooh, I have the idea of you. Okay, The Marvelous Miss Maisel or The Idea of You?
I'm going to go with The Marvelous Miss Maisel because I just love comedy.
I'm going to go with The Idea of You. Okay, so now would you stay with The Marvelous Miss Maisel and mine's The Idea of You or Notting Hill?
The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Tell me your thoughts on Notting Hill.
It just was really slow to me getting into it, and that it was like a slow burn, and I am not a fan of slow burns. I like when it just goes, you know,
right into it. I'm gonna have to say Notting Hill. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
but I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. Would you stay with The Marvelous Miss Maisel or Mamma Mia?
I think I would go Mamma Mia.
I'm going to Mamma Mia too. The Summer I Turned Pretty or Mamma Mia?
Honestly, I think I love The Summer I Turned Pretty, but I think I'm
gonna
still
stay
because
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia is so close to my heart.
Fleabag or Mamma Mia? Oh,
I'm gonna have to go with Fleabag.
I'm gonna go with Fleabag too. Hot Priest, the way, listen, I just love the way that women write in general, but I love the way that women write about romance specifically.
I like the way they write about men too.
Me too. Me too. Hot Priest.
So cool.
I love
It's
when
so
she
funny.
goes, his neck. Like his neck.
The one
Yours.
scene where she like looks to the camera and then he goes, "Where did you just go? Who did you just
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at?"
yeah,
He like figures it out.
And
I'm like,
they're in the cafe and
my-
he's
yeah.
petting the little, yeah. Oh my God, it's so good. Frances Ha. Have you seen Frances Ha?
no, and I am honest. I don't think I've heard of it.
Oh my gosh. Greta Gerwig wrote it and
Oh,
she's
okay.
acting in it. It's just following her life of like a creative, and there's this one monologue where is like finding her way through single life. Relatable.
Yeah.
There's this one monologue in Frances Ha and she's describing the kind of love that she wants, and I relate to it so much. She's like, it's like when you're across the other room and you see each other and you don't even have to communicate because you can just tell what the other person is feeling. I'm gonna stay Fleabag too.
I haven't seen it, so I
But
can't really judge it.
Greta Gerwig, I love you. Please,
Like,
please, you've
I'll be your
been my
assistant.
number one director. And that's that. The next game that we have, I wrote down 5 different quotes from 5 different movies.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No.
You know what the worst thing is? Is that I fucking love you. No, don't. Let's just leave that on its own. We've talked about it today at length.
Fleabag?
Yes!
Okay.
I never met an uncle named Michelle.
Is this one that I've seen?
Yes.
Notting Hill?
No. This one is my old ass.
When does she say that?
I know. It's whenever Chad comes in and it's Aubrey Plaza on the hill. Because why is it an uncle named Michelle? But I think because they're just making it up because it's like, how do you describe your future self?
Yeah.
Black hair and more eye makeup. It'll make your eyes stand out more.
Oh, Priscilla.
Yes! I could be your mother, but you're not. I could be.
The idea of you.
But you're not. Yes! Didn't you know to finish it? You're like, yes. This is one of my favorite quotes that I've ever heard in a movie. No pressure. You dream in a language I can't understand.
That's really good. Wait, I should know this.
I don't think you saw this one. I think you said you didn't see it.
Then the past lives one. Okay.
How beautiful is that?
That's just because of that. I'm gonna watch it now.
The
That's
writing.
stunning.
I know.
Say it again.
You dream in a language I can't understand.
What?
I love Past Lives so much because it talks about too just the different stages of your life and how you can like someone so much at a certain stage of your life, and then you kind of self-reflect a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it leads you to another love that you never thought or imagined yourself.
There's that quote that I resonate, and like I have it on my phone too, and it's like each love teaches you, like what your first love teaches you, what your second love teaches you, and then your last love. Yeah.
My first and only love has honestly been film. Like
Yeah.
I'm just so so sad, but like I love film. I love
So that's so like artistic. Then I'm like, my first love was like my hamster.
You got a hamster?
Yeah, I had 4.
Wait, you're like Fleabag. Thank you so much for yapping films with us. You can watch all of these things that we talked about all in one place on Prime. Take it as people who love film. All of our recommendations are excellent. Thank you so much for listening to us chat about movies. If you have any movie recommendations, please let us know because I'm constantly
definitely,
trying
yeah.
to watch more. Goodbye.
Bye.
Mwah. Thank you, Prime.
Thanks, Prime.
My brain is on prime time all the time. It's on prime.